So maybe South Carolina have a chance next year after all. Maybe they've got a chance because Tania Latson, the nation's leading scorer, played for a decent FSU team, and by the way, had 25 points in a half in the tournament. She had 25 and a half against LSU. Yeah, she's gone to South Carolina. Tania Latson is committed to South Carolina, lads. South Carolina. They already had too much firepower. They already have enough. And not only that, what the hell does this mean for Full Wiley? She's going to be sitting on that damn bench. Like, Full Wiley, you're going to go, they lost Sanaya Fagan, they lost Bree Hall, Joyce Edwards, you can come in. They're going to spawn another big to come in. Or when Ashlyn Watkins gets healthy, she's going to come back. They're going to spawn in another big from somewhere. But South Carolina have just gotten Tania Latson in the transfer portal. They have gotten who should have been a first team All-American. And look, I am not the biggest fan of South Carolina. I think I like the way they play. I like how effective they are. I think Dawn Staley's a really good coach in terms of winning. Don't think she's the greatest development coach in the world because, again, all these super high recruited players and outside of the bigs and Alicia Gray in 20 years, she hasn't really done much with them. But someone gets belayed because they wanted her and Latson. Like, I'm not going to lie when I say this. Raven Johnson's back as well. Johnson and Latson were a high school duo. Full Wiley and Latson used to play together. You want to know what the problem is? The problem isn't that I don't think the two of them can play together. I think Full Wiley can play with almost anyone. I think she's coming off the bench again. This is a player who, during her freshman year in South Carolina, people were putting her, by the way, the 2027 draft conversation, people talking about Booker, Hidalgo, and Juju. People put Full Wiley into that conversation. People were having Full Wiley in that conversation. But she's going to be sitting on the bench for 3 years. She's going to be sitting on the bench till her senior season at the earliest. But obviously, look, Tania Latson does change everything because Tania Latson is better than Malaysia Full Wiley. Is she that much better? I don't think so. But she's better. She's better. Like, Latson might go number 1 next year. And yeah, South Carolina spawned in another a potential number 1 overall pick. And as far as players they've lost for next year, Pow Pow, Latson's better than Tina Pow Pow. Latson is better than, they're going to find somebody that's better than Bree. Like, Bree Hall's fine. Joyce Edwards starting is better. They're going to still have Tessa Johnson coming off the bench. A WNBA level player coming off that bench. And yeah, I just don't. I understand why, for example, why Tania Latson's done this, because she's already put up the points. All she has to do is show that she can become a 70. If she falls to 16 points per game, and I'm being serious on that, 16 points per game, she drops 10 points per game. If she can somehow score 16 points per game for South Carolina, she's going number 1. She's going number 1. Like, she's the best guard South Carolina have had since Alicia Gray. And that's just the thing with Latson, is that she is that level of player. And I don't really care what anyone wants to say about Tania Latson. Like, I know there are some people that are... Is my internet just gone? I know there are some people that are not the biggest fans of... I don't know what happened there. Are just not the biggest fans of South Carolina in general. They think... That's Mike Malone from an NBA video. But they think maybe that... Or, sorry, people are super fans of South Carolina that are like, oh yeah, you can't get stats and win. What, are we in the 1980s? Like, are we actually in the 1980s? I cannot believe my Twitter's gone down, so you guys will be looking at a black screen until that's done. But, like, are we in the 1980s for that? Because remember the way they talked about Michael Jordan being like, guards can never win? That is literally the way that people are talking about women's basketball right now, and it's hilarious that, like, just because guards have not been exceptional, just because there hasn't been this like abundance of top tier guards, does not mean that guards, it's not going to be a guards league soon, just like in the NBA. And I don't mean like pure guards, I mean wings matter too. And the best part is like they're like Jonquel Jones showed the bigs matter. Jonquel Jones shot the damn lights out. Jonquel Jones is a modern big. She spreads the floor, she shoots. A'ja Wilson's mid-range game, her game became so much better when she developed the mid-range. With all of these players, like you've got to figure out what you can do to win, and spreading the floor helps. Guard play helps. And there is no stage in basketball where inside play is going to be more important for the remainder of basketball, unless there's just like a literal unguardable player. Inside play will never be more important than guard play to win. Like you do not win from inside play. And if you want to say, oh, UConn's best player was a big player, well, yeah, because she can do everything. You've got that. If you want to win through a big, they've got to be a Jokic, a Sarah Strong, an A'ja Wilson, a Jonquel, who have the ability to take it inside and take it outside, who have that versatility. Ironically, you have to be more versatile now as a big than a guard in modern basketball. But what Tania Latson is she's going to allow the South Carolina Gamecocks to match up at the guard position. Like they are going to be competitive at the guard position, as far as like with the best of them. Like they have, in my opinion, like Tania Latson. I thought Tania Latson should have gotten at least one vote for National Player of the Year. I still think overall, I think they got it right with Juju Watkins. I stand by that. I think the way Hidalgo finished the season, Hidalgo was winning it for a lot. But Hidalgo, Juju, Latson. For me, Latson should have been an All-American first team member. I understand Texas were better than FSU, but I'm sorry, like they in the wins against Notre Dame, they weren't expected to do anything. Wins against North Carolina, she won the game basically by herself at the end of the game against Notre Dame after having a bad first 3 quarters, and she hit an unbelievable game winner against North Carolina. Did I say South Carolina? I mean North Carolina. So, look, this is a player that's exceptional. This is an exceptional player who I'm projecting to go number 1 in next year's draft. Next year's draft is wide open between her, Betts, AZ Fudd, and it's going to come a lot down to fit as well. Olivia Miles is still there. Kiki Rice is still there. Flaw J. Johnson is still there. For me, Tania Latson's the best of all these players, and I think that she's going to be, I think she's my prediction for number 1. And as someone who would rather not see South Carolina win, just because I just don't like the way they play. Maybe they play a bit more exciting and expansive basketball with her on the team. It's just like I don't like watching teams with no freedom, and I understand at the collegiate level, discipline is the most important thing. I'm just a fan watching. You prefer to see a little bit of freedom, a little bit of flair, and at least with Latson, even if Latson have just 12 a game and South Carolina win the championship, she's going number 1. Let's be real about that. But still. Anyway, yeah, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.